everyone. Good morning. Good morning and welcome in. Jody Marvin here. Okay, I am going live on Instagram and in the Facebook group today. All right. Oh my gosh, I'm back, you guys. Yay! I'm so excited. As you're all coming in here, say hello. Say hello. I gotta get used to all this stuff again because I haven't been able to go live since October because I lost my Facebook profile and you know all that other good stuff. But anyway, we are back and there's going to be some new improved things going on here. There's lots of stuff going on. All right. So digitally inspired, hello over on Instagram. I remote assist. Good morning, and good morning, Jeanette. Thank you for joining. I'm so excited. It's really weird to go live again. And I don't have any streaming software or anything. I'm just doing this like this is like the raw nitty-gritty stuff, right? So I have my Instagram live on my phone. I have my Facebook live here on my desktop. So you know what? We're just doing the thing. All right. So welcome to this is episode number 43 of the VA Mastery Series. First episode in January. We are just going to go back to the basics. We're starting right over, okay? And we're just going to talk about how we can launch our virtual assistant businesses in 2025. Right, all right. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Jody Marvin, and I am a certified business strategist, and I also train women to start virtual assistant businesses right from home. All right. I am just so happy to be back here. Oh my gosh. And you know what? This is actually the perfect time of the year on starting your virtual assistant business, or if you already started it and was kind of like, I don't know, fizzling out a little bit, maybe just to refresh it a little bit too. Okay. All right. So I'm keeping it super laid back today. All right. We're keeping it real because you know what? These businesses they take a lot of work, right? And this is just a little coffee chat that we're going to do today. All right, so if you have ever thought about launching your virtual assistant business, but maybe you felt a little bit overwhelmed, right? Or you didn't know where to start, then this episode is going to be for you, okay? Because we're going to be talking about just some really simple, actionable steps that you can take, to finally get started and to really just build a solid foundation for success, okay? Super simple steps. And just make sure that you stick around too until the end because I got a little something special that I'm going to share that'll help you get started even faster. Okay. Yeah, because, I can remember back in the day when I was working full time and, I really wanted a way to stay home with my kids. I was burnt out. I just didn't want to do that thing anymore. Right. And I wish that I knew now, knew then what I knew now, what I know now. Right. So, and so I'm gonna give you 3 strategies today, all right, to help you start your virtual assistant business or to help refresh it, all right. If it's kind of, again, if it's just kind of fizzled out and you tried starting it and you weren't successful, or over the holidays you just kind of let it go a little bit, right? We're going to talk about ways that we can refresh this. All right. So number 1 is to just start with what you know. Okay. All right. Let me just check my comments here. My mouse isn't working. Why are you not working? Come on, mouse. Good morning, Gordy. Good morning, Rick. Wow. Good morning. Rick, did you want to start your virtual assistant business today? Good morning, Grace. Oh, great to see all you guys. Oh my gosh. I'm so happy that you guys are like hopping on my first live of 2025. Don't push it here, right? And I'm just testing out the tech here, right? So it just feels a little clunky and a little awkward just because I'm not using the tools that I used to use. I'm just using straight raw the Facebook live studio. All right. So great to see all you guys here. I'm so glad that you're here. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support. All right. So we're going to start with strategy number 1 today. All right. And this is super simple. All right. Because when starting out, one of the easiest ways to actually get your virtual assistant business off the ground and to launch it is to just focus on what you already know and what you already do well. All right. And I can give you a couple examples. I mean, only you're going to know this best, right? but I'm going to give you some examples for me, like some administrative skills, okay? Social media management, maybe some email organization, calendar scheduling, travel booking, right? And we've all done those things for ourselves before, right? So we already have those skills, okay? So that's why we want to just start with what we know and what we already do well, all right? And when I first started my virtual assistant business, what I basically did was I just leaned into uh, my natural organization skills and just my knack for just helping other people, and helping them stay on top of things. All right, it's just something I'm good at. I always have been, right? Even in high school back in the day, our one of our teachers, I used to be the go-to. They used to come to me with their papers and ask me to type them out for them, and they pay me like, I don't know, $2 a page or something like that. I can't remember, but I loved it. So just remember to look at the skills that you already have, because you don't have to reinvent the wheel, right? And just start with what feels really easy and comfortable. Okay. So what I want you to do in regards to this strategy, and this strategy number one is to start with what you know. Is I want you to write down 3 skills that you already have that you could actually translate into a virtual assistant business, okay? And into virtual assistant services, all right? And just remember, it doesn't have to be fancy. It's just something that you're good at, all right? That's it. That's so easy. That's strategy number 1, all right? Strategy number 2 is to just pick one service to offer, okay? You don't have to do everything at once, right? In fact, it's probably better to start just by offering one service that you do well, and then perform that service really well, right? Because this helps you to focus, and it makes makes it easier for your clients to say yes. We want those yeses, right? So you could try some really beginner friendly services like inbox management, right? I'm going to tell you something right now. I'm in the virtual assistant business. I'm an operations manager. My personal inbox is a mess, right? So yeah, could I use help? Yes, I certainly could. All right, because there's a lot of people that are in the same boat. All right, so that's a very beginner friendly service. Inbox management. Also data entry. What about data entry? You're just entering data into spreadsheets or docs or whatever. Okay, that's very big beginner friendly. Or there's also social media scheduling. Okay, I can attest to this because I'm really trying to grow my following on social media. So I have to be consistent, and it's not easy to do all on your own. Okay, so, and you've posted on social media before, right? You're on social media right now. I'm sure you have. So, that's definitely a beginner friendly service. So, Digitally Inspired 2024 said, I like spreadsheet building. Yeah, absolutely. Oh my gosh, so do I. So do I. And I really love actually using Google Sheets. Oh my gosh, and you can ask my husband because he's actually on today on my Facebook Live. But we use Google Sheets for our very own personal finances because we can both be in the dock at the same time, and it has really taken our personal finances to the next level because we can. It's accountability, it's transparency, and we're able to see everything that we're spending, and we can kind of be on the same page, right? So I love spreadsheet building as well. Thank you. And okay, I don't know how to say your name. Justo Halbert Biz joined on Instagram, and the Socially Set joined on Instagram. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Thank you. And so Rick has a question. I'm going to answer this. So can VA help with personal time management? Sometimes it seems that small business owners can be on the clock all the time. Oh my gosh. Actually, Rick, yes. This is what this is one of the big things, is that when you're trying to wear all of the hats, right? A VA can come in really, really handy to help you take the things off of your plate that you don't need to be doing, right? Because when you're the business owner, you're doing like the high level things. You're doing the strategy, finding your next client, right? Booking your next wedding. For everybody that's on here, Rick is a professional photographer, and he has several businesses he and his wife manage together. And I'm going to tell you, it's it's a lot of work managing all these things. So yes, absolutely, they can definitely help with time management. personal time management, Rick, because they can even help you with time blocking. And if they work with you, they can strategize and help you figure out a really good plan for getting on top of your time management. Um, with things like daily method of operations and things like that. So yes, absolutely. Thank you for that question. I love it. All right. So strategy number 2 is to pick that one service offer first. Okay. And we talked about inbox management, data entry, social media, personal time management. Thank you very much, Rick. And you know, so let me give you another example. So let's say that you're really, really good with organizing emails, right? That could easily be turned into a service where you're helping the clients sort their inboxes, right? You can set up their folders, manage their communication. All right. And Rick, that's another thing that a VA could help you with, because that takes something off of your plate that maybe you don't necessarily need to be doing those things, right? It's like with the email organizing. Okay. So what I want you to take away from strategy number 2 today, and strategy number 2 is to pick that one service to offer first, is I want you to think about just that one service, just one service that you could start offering immediately, right? Even if it's something simple, okay? So drop your ideas in the comments, because I would love to help you brainstorm. I'd love to hear what your ideas are as well, as far as one simple service that you can offer that people actually need. These small business owners and entrepreneurs really do need that help, right? My inbox, I don't even want to tell you how many emails I have in it right now. It's my personal inbox, okay, not my business one, but yeah, it's pretty out of control. So alrighty, I'm just going to check our comments here. You are so welcome, Rick. You are so welcome. Just checking our comments over on Instagram. It's so good to be back here, you guys, to be able to go live. Rebuilding on social media after you lose your profile is it's no small feat. All right, so strategy number 3 for today is to create a simple presence. All right, because people have to be able to find you, right? And you actually have to go out and put yourself out there. Yeah, sometimes it's not the most comfortable thing to do, right? And I'm going to tell you that you really do not need a fancy website to get started, okay? Maybe just a simple social media page or your LinkedIn profile, right? I love LinkedIn. There's a lot of business owners over there, some entrepreneurs. But something like that is really just enough to let people know that, who you are, right? And what you offer, okay? And really all that you need on your bio is to include your name, or your profile is your name, right? A short bio of what you do, who do you help, right? Be super clear. And then a list of the services that you offer, okay? All right, so I'm over here on Instagram, and Digitally Inspired 2024 mentioned inventory management. Oh, that's that's a great one. Yeah, I didn't even think about that one, but yes, because that inventory management, just the sound of that makes me go, yeah. That's a lot of work, time consuming, right? And that is definitely something that a VA can take off of a small business owner's plate. That's perfect. Thank you so much. And then, so we're just talking about just, a simple social media profile, right? And, you can use simple tools, right? Like Canva. I use Canva every single day, but that will help you to create a really polished looking graphic so that you can list your services and just keep it clean and professional and easy to read. All right. So your takeaway from strategy number 3 today, which is to create a simple presence, is to take a few minutes this week, today, whenever, right, to create or update your LinkedIn profile, or maybe your social media bio this week, okay? Just start somewhere, okay? And perfection is not the goal right now. It's just to focus in on that, okay? All right, because you want you need to be seen, right? You have to have that online presence. All right. Okay, just checking the comments, see how we're all doing here. Excellent. All right. Does anyone have any questions while I still have you on here before I wrap up? All right. Excellent. Okay, so I'm just going to do a quick recap, all right? So to summarize what we went over today and what we covered for number 1 is to just start with what you already know, okay? because your existing skills are really your superpower. Okay, um, and you have them. You just have to realize them. Okay. Number two is to just pick one service, just one. All right. We don't want to overwhelm ourselves, but just keep it simple and keep it focused. Okay. And then number three is to create a basic online presence to showcase who the heck you are, right? What you offer, and maybe tell clients why, potential clients, why you can help them, how you can help them, right? Some kind of resolution. All right. So, I just want you to remember that the most important thing is really just to get started. Really, that's all it is. And you don't have to have it all figured out, right? To take that first step. Okay. So, let me know if you have any questions in the comments, or maybe share what service that you're thinking about offering. Okay, I'd love to know. And for those that need more help, I have this wonderful little guide. It's called my VA Starter Kit. And it's basically a guide that just walks you through all of the foundational steps of starting your virtual assistant business. Okay. And it really is a great resource. It helps you take action. It's kind of like a little GPS to help you get started. Okay. That's totally free. But if you are interested in taking a look at the guide, just drop guide in the comments. All right. And I will personally answer every single comment here. And I will send you that guide personally. Okay. All right. And then I will post the guide on my Facebook Live, because I can comment there and I can add links there. And on Instagram, great. Digitally Inspired 2024. I gotcha. Perfect. Excellent. So I'm just going to write this down. All right. Because after the Facebook Live on Instagram, it usually goes away. So Digitally Inspired 2024. I gotcha. I will send that right over to you today after the live. Okay. All right. Yeah. It really is a great resource. And, again, back in 2010 when I launched my virtual assistant business, I really wish that I had some kind of guide like that to help me get started. So I've been doing this for 15 years, you guys, and I'm telling you, it's so doable. And I just want to tell you what I actually started out doing. It's so funny. Oh my gosh. I remember doing transcription. Okay. People would send me, actually, it was for MBA students, university students who needed to transcribe their voice memos, okay, for their college papers and things like that. And I remember being in my little office way back then, in the evening, because I worked full time, and in the evening I was in there with my little headset on, and I was transcribing for college students. That's what I did at first. That is so cool, and it evolved from there. It seems like a whole nother world, but that is so cool. I almost forgot about that. So much fun. So much fun. Okay, Digitally Inspired 2024. You have a question about an EIN? Yeah, absolutely. Go for it. What is your question? Let me know what your question is. I'm looking at my EN right now. It's posted right up here on my bulletin board. Hey Kelly, great to see you over on Instagram. Thanks for joining. All right. So Digitally Inspired 2024, just let me know what your question is about your EIN. Happy to answer that question for you. Okay, so when I first started way back, I did not apply for my EIN back then. I did use my social. So you would be considered a sole proprietorship. Okay. Now, over the years, I have expanded, and I wish that back in the beginning that I would have gotten my EIN and that I would have registered my business. Over the years, as my income increased because I brought on more clients, I expanded my skill set, and I was doing more. My income really got up there, and I was paying a lot in taxes. And every tax season, I was very, very stressed out about it. So I ended up incorporating. All right. So, I mean, there's different types of businesses that you can register yourself as. There's a sole proprietor, and actually, I don't believe you even have to register yourself. You'd have to check with your accountant or your attorney on that. But I ended up going at the advice of my accountant. I ended up going with an S corp. So I'm incorporated. So I'm a corporation. I didn't go with an LLC. I went with an S corp, and I actually put myself on payroll. All right, because that gave me more write-offs, and it really helped. It really helped with taxes. Okay, because taxes can be, if you don't have it set up right in the beginning, it can be kind of scary. I really dreaded every single tax season. You can ask my husband too. Um, yeah, I mean, and you can start out without having your EIN, right? You can still do services. It's still earlier in the year, but I'm sure that you have a tax professional, because we all have to file taxes all the time anyway, right? Every year, whether we have businesses or not. So talk to your tax professional and let them know what you're going to be doing, and you know, have them recommend that. But for me personally, I went with an S corp, and I'm so glad that I did. I should have done it a lot earlier on, because it would have saved me so much in taxes, so much. You know, and another thing that I would really recommend too, and if I could go back to the beginning, is to, um, you know these things a little bit earlier on, and really file, register my business earlier on, and treat it more like a business, right? It's not a hobby, right? I relied on it for an income. And actually, when I started back in the beginning in 2010, started my business, and then the backstory is that finally started my business. I was actually I had I was a stay-at-home mom for a spell. I started my business. My husband ended up losing his job, and he was the breadwinner at the time. And we're like, oh my gosh, what are we gonna do, right? And I got a phone call from a friend of mine who said, hey, I have a neighbor who is an attorney, and she needs an office manager. Are you interested? And I'm like, no, I don't want to. Okay, I don't want to do it because um, I started my business, and I had tried several businesses in the past, right? And I really wanted to focus on that business. So long story short, we needed the money, we needed the health insurance, so I took that full-time position. And I had to build my business on the side. All right. Um, so when I first started my business, I just I filed as a sole proprietorship. Okay. Um, but back then, had I known, I would have definitely started my business a lot sooner. I started my with an EIN, and registering my business sooner. All right, because it really it's advantageous as far as taxes. Okay. All right. Hey Debbie Tate, how are you? Thanks for joining over on Instagram. All right. If there aren't any more questions, let me just check here. Okay. All right. Hey Sarah, great to see you. I'm actually just wrapping things up here. We had some really great questions over here on Instagram about starting business, and whether or not they need an EIN, and whether they should register their business, and just simply getting started in 2025, keeping it simple. And we just gave 3 strategies. So there will be a replay here in the group, you guys. All right. So if you're over on Instagram, and you want to catch this replay, just join my Facebook group. It's called the Virtual Assistant Collective. The group is in my bio link. If you click on the bio link and scroll down, it'll say join my group. All right. So all the replays every week when I go live will be in my group, in Guide 5, by the way. All right, you guys. So that is it for today. I am just going to check on a few more comments just to see how we're doing here. All right. Okay. So again, let me see. Digitally Inspired 2025. I saw your comment. I will send you the guide I'm gonna DM you. Okay, I'll DM you the link to get the guide. All right. And then, so for next week, we are going to be talking about setting up your service packages for your clients. Okay, really, really good service packages that your clients won't be able to resist. All right. So you're not going to want to miss that one. And so if you want to click on your notifications here whenever I go live, so that you'll be notified whenever I go live over here on Instagram. Okay. All right. So I think that is it for today, you guys. Unless you have any other questions, thank you so much for joining me. All right. Just checking one more. All right. Excellent. Thank you so much for joining me again today, right? I can't wait to hear what you're working on. Let me know. If you have any questions also, send me a DM. You can also email me at jody@jodymervin.com. I answer everything personally, all right? You can find me on Facebook, friend me on Facebook, and then we can send Facebook messengers or just message me here on Instagram. I think you have to friend me first on Instagram, or follow me, and I'll follow you back, and then we can message each other, all right? So that is it for today. So thanks again. Again, I can't wait to see what you're working on here and hear how you're getting this virtual assistant business off the ground. All right. And I'm just excited to really just make 2025 the year that we all build businesses that we love. All right. Especially for those of us that have kind of been putting it off. All right. So that is it for today. I'm going to sign off. All right. You guys have a great day, and I will see you next week. Oh, hey, Anne. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining. Yes, I will see you in the next session. All right, guys. Bye-bye.